Welcome to our second part special on Asian Journal's year-ender review. We are reviewing the top stories that were relevant to the Filipino-American community in the year of 2016. At simulan na natin with our balita, looking back on the year of 2016 from Asian Journal.
Asian Journal, the leading Filipino-American newspaper since 1991.
Joining us once again is Annie Nepomuceno, who was here yesterday. Thank you so much, Annie, for being here once again.
Of course, syempre, talagang ikinagagala ko maging nandito sa Kababayan Today.
All right, so last episode, we discussed what happened in January, February, March, April. Now, we're going to talk about the second quarter of 2016. Marami pong nangyari na mga balita. Let's reflect back and talk about what happened. Let's start off with our first story for May of 2016. Annie?
Yes, itong Mayo, Duterte and Robredo elected President and Vice President of the Philippines. After a tumultuous campaign, former Davao City Mayor Rodrigo Duterte and Camarines Sur Representative Leni Robredo won as President and Vice President of the Philippines, respectively. Based on the final official tally, Duterte won the presidential race with 16,601,997 votes, beating out other aspirants, including former Vice President Jejo Marbinay, Senator Grace Poe, former Interior Secretary Mar Rojas, and the late Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago. The mayor's victory was in spite of accusations of having ties to death squads in Davao, his hands-on style of leadership, and off-color remarks. For Vice President, the race was tight as the numbers were a cliffhanger between Robredo and closest rival Bongbong Marcos. In the months following the election, Marcos filed a protest with the Presidential Electoral Tribunal for election fraud against Robredo.
Yes, and this was May of this year, and how things have shifted and changed since then. I know that our Vice President has resigned from the House Cabinet because of conflicting interests with President Duterte.
I think that's the one of the most of the interesting things that we have to look after kasi they come from opposing parties. 'Di ba ang nanalo sa pagiging leadership ng Pilipinas. At talagang issue talaga rin sa mga kaibigan natin, nakikita mo, some are really pro Duterte, some are really against Duterte. Ang masasabi ko lang, sana po kapag babatikos tayo, let's make it constructive, like kung ano bang dapat gawin, hindi yung kung ano yung hindi dapat. Anong dapat gawin? Kung hindi kayo nag-agree, paano kayo makakatulong? Or tell them what you think to move forward.
Yes,
diba?
but just like here in America, dissenting views have really affected our friendships, our relationships.
Naku, yun ang pinakamalungkot, ano?
Yun talaga. Kasi miski sa Facebook, nakikita mo na maraming nag-unfriend sa mga kaibigan dahil of it was such a political year for the Filipino and the Americans.
Oo, at saka dito, tsaka dahil itong media na ito, like yung Facebook, social media, wala naman ito noon. So talagang ngayon talagang makikita mo ang kaibuturan lang iniisip ng mga tao, at they also have the liberty and sometimes na-embolden sila to say some things online just because they're not saying it personally. 'Di ba? Kaya tuloy nagkakaroon ng mga ganyan. Sana naman mag-learn ho tayo na mag-tolerate at makinig, 'di ba? They don't need to change your mind. However, yung pag nakikinig tayo, then we probably are empowered to move on.
Okay, well, I don't have the exact number of the entire population of the Philippines, but 16 million, if you think about all the people, kasi na-split yung votes eh. 'Di ba? Hindi tayo katulad ng Amerika na bipartisan. Dalawang parties, merong Green Party din. Pero kung hindi ganon ang proseso, there is more of a chance for people to unite and vote for one party as opposed to multiple platforms.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, all right. Let's move on to our second story for May of 2016. Filipino World War II veterans can reunite with family under the new parole program. A new policy introduced by the White House is now helping Filipino World War II veterans by reuniting with their families in the United States. The policy will allow certain family members of veterans who fought in the Second World War to seek parole under a program set up by the Department of Homeland Security. It is estimated that as many as 26,000 Filipino vets of over the 260,000 who fought are U.S. citizens, and their petitions for family members in the Philippines have to wait as long as more than 20 years due to statutory visa caps. Decisions will be made on a case-by-case basis for a temporary period of time based upon urgent humanitarian reasons or significant public benefit.
Ang mga veterans natin talagang marami silang naisakripisyo. At pag inisip mo, World War II pa yon, ang tagal na kaya nun. So talagang napakahabang panahon yun para maghintay para sa kanilang mga relatives. May 20 years pa para makita nila ang kanilang mga mahal sa buhay. Talagang dapat bigyan na sa kanila ang kanilang deserved na respeto.
Oo. And as they say, full benefits for our Filipino-American veterans. Magbabalik tayo dito sa Kababayan Today. Kasama pa rin natin si Nepomuceno as we give to you our year-ender review from Asian Journal. We'll be right back.